All right, Bang Bang, welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Another episode here. Very special guest. We have a mall Santa, Santa John, on the line. I'm also joined in studio here by our social media guy and our former my former podcast partner. We used to do a show together. His name's Danny. You probably know him if you listen to Sirius. Danny is a mall Santa expert, so he's joining me on this interview. Dan, would you like to state your credentials before we move forward?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say I'm the resident mall Santa guy here. Thanks for having me on. Back in the day, I did a mall Santa review series, so I think I'm more than qualified to co-anchor on this interview.
Exactly. That's why we had to bring in the big guns, had to bring in the experts. So, Santa John, thank you for doing this.
Oh, I'm happy to do it now. Are you guys ready for the Santa season this year?
Yeah, we certainly are. I love this. We're flipping the script here.
Things have really changed, that's for sure. Usually Santa's out and about by now, but now I'm just kind of stuck right here at the North Pole.
Yeah, you are stuck. I see that you got snowflakes behind you, Santa. I just have a mover's blanket behind me. It's a lot different where I'm at than where you're at. So, Santa John, how do you like being a mall Santa?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a long time, actually, since I've been a mall Santa. I started out as a mall Santa almost 30 years ago when the Charlestown Mall was first opened in St. Charles. And then I've done it for other malls since then. But nowadays, I mostly do home visits. I do a lot of restaurant visits. Golf club, this is in a normal year, golf club visits, fly in. I've been Santa on Lake Michigan in parades in the Naperville parade. You name it, I've done it. I've done it on the train. Santa's done just about every kind of event you can imagine. The mall is where I started out, and that's a wonderful way to really learn the Santa business, is starting at a mall, because you get everything at a mall.
So did you decide to become a freelance Santa because you look like Santa, or do you look like Santa because you're a freelance Santa?
Actually, I became a Santa by accident. When I started at the Charlestown Mall, I was running the photo operation down there, and 30 years ago, it was all, it was quite different. It was all Polaroid pictures back in those days. And if a Santa didn't show, I ended up being Santa. And I actually found I loved being Santa more than just running the mall operation, running the Santa, doing the camera, hiring the Santas, and that's how I got into it. I found, wow, I love this. This is really great being a Santa, and so it was I was kind of an accidental Santa, but once I got into it. The best thing, the little kids, the children from about 18 months to 2, when they start believing, up through 7, 8, those are the magic years for Santa. Those are the years I love best because, the kids really make you feel special, and you have to make it special for them, because those are the years that are really the Santa years. I mean, I've done it for all ages. I do it for adults. I've done it in retirement homes. I remember one year I was in a retirement home, and they put me up in the special floor where the people were locked in, and a woman came out of her room and she said, "I know you, but I can't remember your name." And And then another woman came out of her room and she said, Santa, can you tell me where my room is? And she just walked out of her room. And that kind of scared me. And then after I was finished, I thought, well, I'm going to take the elevator back down to the first floor. Well, the elevator didn't come. And I thought, uh-oh, someone's going to come and say, Santa, it's okay. You're home now.
There you go. Santa, is there a difference here? People prefer the Santa with the real beard, right? So you get a little more. It's a little more money there if you got a real beard, rather than a fake beard, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still a lot of Santas that wear the, I guess you could call it a virtual beard or whatever. But most people that are hiring Santas want a real bearded Santa.
I saw that in a newspaper once, Santa. They said I forget what the sum was, like 150 for a non-real beard and like 250 for a real beard. So I know that's a big thing. I don't think people realize that the real beard is a big time deal.
Oh, absolutely. And the families want it now too, because the kids are smart. They know a real beard when they see it.
What about what's more annoying, Santa, when the kids pull on your beard or when they pull your hat off?
Well, it's usually the very, very young ones. It could be a baby from a few months old, usually up to about maybe a little bit over a year. And when they tug on the beard, it's okay. If they pull off your hat, that's more of a problem. Then you have to usually jump out of your chair and start looking for the hat. But it's only the real young kids that start pointing your beard, and I don't mind that at all.
So, Santa, you were talking about the Polaroid days before. What's the etiquette now on people coming up with their camera phones and just taking pictures as opposed to buying the portrait at the end? How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't mind it, but most malls do not permit people to take their own pictures. It's frankly a way that they pay for the decorations, they pay for the Santas, and most of the malls will split the money with whatever company is doing the Santa operation. Very few malls do their own operation. Most of them will use one of the companies. And so Santa really has nothing to say about what's charged for the Santa operations there.
It's good to know. And then I assume an outdoor mall is like last resort. Like you're like, hey, I'm not sitting in the freezing cold. I'd prefer to be inside, maybe next to the Sbarro or the Auntie Anne's.
That's right. I mean, this year, some people are having real Santa visits and with outside visits, and some are just having Santa like possibly in a little house or inside. And the kids go by and Santa is knocking on the window and waving at them, rather than very few Santas, even if they're doing real Santa visits, that I know. I don't think any of them are picking up children and putting them on their lap this year because of the coronavirus. They're afraid to, and I don't blame them. Because of my age, I'm 81. And I'm in the high risk category. That's why I'm not going out at all this season. I certainly hope I can by next season again.
Well, you look great for 81, Santa. So how have the virtual visits been going? Is it just basically like FaceTime and one-on-one with the kids, telling them you're at the North Pole?
Well, the virtual visits have gotten very, very busy now. In fact, before I was talking to you, I was doing virtual visits with a Chicago company called Cameo. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Cameo, but Cameo have Santas now. They also have a lot of sports figures. They have a lot of actors, actresses, magicians. They have every type of entertainer you can imagine. And they've been doing a lot of virtual Santa visits with me. I was on for 4 hours with them last night, and that was doing actual live visits. Today I was doing recorded visits and tonight I'll do some more live visits with them. So I do both types of visits.
In past years, Santa, I know you said the company kind of handles everything, but do you kind of demand a certain decorative setup? Like, if you walk up and there's, presents wrapped with the newspaper, like, don't you feel like, hey, I like my setup looking better than that? Like, hey, that demeans me, that lowers my value as Santa?
I have never had that happen. Almost any place I've gone have a real Santa Claus set, a decoration I've done Santa for like the Dicta restaurants. I've done it for all kinds of pizza restaurants. I've done it for what's the one downtown? For a lot of the near north restaurants, and they all have beautiful setups. So, and the golf clubs where I've done it, they have beautiful setups. I've done it for park districts. I've done it for, the park district in Downers Grove. And they have an old house, and it's the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
It's a good one.
So I've never been where they've been wrapping stuff in newspapers or anything like that. That has not, frankly, been ever a problem for me.
So how often are you doing gigs year-round, not just around Christmas? Maybe like a Christmas in July type thing?
I do them all year around. And actually, this year, when the virtual stuff started, I was doing virtual visits all year. And in a normal year, I can have some year around, but not too many. But there are usually quite a few, Christmas in July events where they like to have Santa at that. That's quite common. And usually the normal season for me will start about November. That's when the professional photographers want Santa, because they want to get their pictures and have them out for the people so that they can have Christmas cards or pictures to send to mom and dad or whatever it is, to grandma and grandpa well before the season starts. So November, it's usually very busy on weekends, and by Black Friday, in a normal year, Santa can go every day, all day long if he wants. Usually I don't. I get too old for that, so I have to take a little time off. But it can get very, very busy around the Christmas season.
Hey, let's take a quick break here from Mall Santas and talk about Jpgraziano's. We've been banging these catering trays all week, people, so I hope you got them in by now. If you didn't, there's still time. They're going to be there for you Tuesday, full day. Wednesday, full day. Thursday, Christmas Eve, they're going to be there till 2. So if you want to get your hands on some nice Mr. G, maybe an antipasti, go over there, maybe a dessert too. Go over there and get yourself whatever you want. Jpgraziano.com, pre-order right now. Like I said, they're going to be taking a big break January 1st through 18th, they're going to be off, so make sure you get your fix in now. TasteRealChicago.com is there for you as well. They're low on the gift boxes, but they still have a lot of hot muffalata, a lot of hot giardiniera, and a lot of mild giardiniera. So you could mix and match, buy 2, buy 3. However you want to do it, it'll be there for you at TasteRealChicago.com. So go get your orders in. Jpgraziano.com if you want some sandwiches, if you want some of the ready-to-go meats. And if you're out of state, go get the muffalata or the giardiniera at TasteRealChicago.com. All right, let's get back into the episode. Santa, new teachers say they get sick like more than anybody. They got kids and coming in, and there's just a bunch of germs. Do you get sick a lot afterwards because you got a million kids sitting on your lap?
Yes. Even in a normal year without the coronavirus, one year I ended up in the hospital. I think it was like December 22nd, and I had to cancel my events the 22nd, the 23rd. I got out on the night of the 23rd, so my son came down and drove me around. I did some events on the 23rd, and I did all my events on the 24th and 25th, but and there have been other years when the end of the season, I have the regular flu. It's not uncommon to catch it. And I always get whatever vaccinations are available, but, it's a hazard. It's something Santa has to watch out for because it's very easy to get sick and get sick all the time.
What about the Turd Nuggets, Santa? You ever got the kids sitting on your lap and you feel one slip on you, and he's asking for a race car, and you feel a little dump in there, a little piece of coal?
Code Brown.
He's asking for a race car, and I get what? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
A little turd nugget, like a turd, like a poop.
An accident.
Yeah, an accident. Someone.
Oh.
Little heat on the thigh.
Well, usually the ones that still poop are wearing diapers, but there have been times when I've seen a kind of a little wet spot on Santa's lap. Santa's also done animals. I've done dogs, cats, and everything else. And if I'm doing animals, I usually tell the people that have the animals, you get the suit for Santa because I'm not going to ruin my good suit with the animals. So animals can be much worse than humans.
No, so what do you do then? You got a wet spot on the lap. Do you play through? Do you got an extra pair in the locker room, or what happens?
Yeah, I have an extra suit always, and I always carry an extra suit with me. If there's a problem, Santa can quickly change. You have to be prepared for that, absolutely.
Santa, do you do a lot of birthday parties? I feel like it's kind of a power move getting Santa. Yeah? This year-round, too?
Normally not year-round, but sometimes year-round. More birthday parties in November and December than year-round, but yes, I've done birthday parties year-round. And special events for whatever it might be. It might be, trying to think. They might want a Santa on Valentine's Day, or, I get birthdays and things like that year-round.
What about does a trip to the food court suck? Like, are you sitting there trying to enjoy a Cinnabon and people are walking by saying, "How about the Jimmy Neutron?" Santa, how about the SpongeBob?
Yeah, Santa has to be careful because when you look like Santa, any place you go, it could be like a restaurant, a supermarket. When I come to a restaurant, I can see when the little kids are thinking, uh-oh. So I'll just go over and I'll say, "Have you been good?" And they'll say, "Oh, yes, Santa, we've been good."
There we go, Santa.
Do the parents ever ask you to play along if like a kid's been acting up to kind of make them shaking their boots a little, tell them they're on the naughty list?
If a kid's been acting up and doing what?
So I said, do the parents ever kind of ask you to play along and make the kid start acting a little nicer? Maybe tell him he's on the naughty list?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's what I'll do with kids. I always carry this around with me. I say, you don't want to be in the naughty list because Santa has a lump of coal for you. So you want to stay on that nice list, okay? Now, Mom and Dad, they've told Santa they haven't been too happy with you. And your elf, he's come back to the North Pole. He said you were naughty. So you want to get back on that nice list here. You've got to be nice. Santa wants you to be nice.
Have you ever got caught outside, burning a heater, like Home Alone, giving kids Tic Tacs?
Been outside doing what? Giving kids Tic Tacs?
Yeah, like, no, you ever seen Home Alone, the guy smoking a cigarette, like in full uniform?
Well, a lot of Santas, I think, still smoke. And there have been Santas I know that have gone to adult parties and had a beer. But yeah, there's been Santas that go outside and have a smoke. They have to be real careful that no one sees them. I gave a Santa friend of mine one year an old ad for Lucky Strike that had Santa smoking his Lucky. Back in the 40s and 50s, that was very common to see ads with Santa smoking. So there's still Santas that smoke, but most of them try and be careful and not get caught by the kids.
So, Santa John, with little kids becoming more and more in tune with technology at like a younger age, do you get a lot of wish list items being like more Twitch followers or like Candy Crush bucks or things like that? Or maybe some iPads?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of kids want very, very expensive presents, and Santa can never promise them anything. No matter what's on their list, I'll say, look, I know you've been good and you'll like what you find under your tree, but Santa can't always bring you everything you want, but you're going to like what you get for Christmas. And a lot of times, a thing, it's not uncommon for like a little 3 or 4-year-old saying, Santa, I want a pony for Christmas. I don't want one of those stuffed fake ponies. I want a real pony. And I say, well, if you don't live in a farm, there's no place to put a pony. And if Mom or Dad are there, they're shaking their head, right, Santa. I say, you can always go out and have a ride with the pony, but there's no place for a pony in your house. And of course, what happens if the pony starts pooping? You can't have pony poop all over your house.
Great point, Santa. Santa, best point I've heard all day, if we're being honest here. Now, what's like the premier mall to work in here, Santa? What's the top spot? What's the Madison Square Garden of malls?
Well, probably the premier mall would, it's hard to say what's the premier because one mall tries to outdo the others now. Now, about the oldest and most famous mall because of Miracle on 34th Street is Macy's. And Macy's still gets a lot of play because of that. So they're still one of the most famous malls. I would say every mall tries to be the premier mall, but some are certainly better than others.
All right. Well, I think you got anything else, Dan?
Yeah, what's your response for when a kid asks for like an intangible item, like a better tomorrow, or for my parents to stop fighting?
Good question.
If they ask for an intangible item,
Yeah, like world peace, something like that.
oh, well, that's fine. You say, Santa wants world peace more than anything else. Now, say a little prayer. We might not get world peace this year. We probably won't. But let's all hope that sometime we will get world peace. And you get a lot of questions that are hard to answer, but you're able to come up with a thing. Mm-hmm. My kids are always saying, "Hey, Santa, where is your sleigh?" Well, I say, you know what? I'm only bringing my sleigh out on Christmas, not today. It'll be out on Christmas Eve, but you'll probably be in bed, so you're not going to see it.
Oh, got him.
You have to be able to come up with an answer for the kids.
A lot of improv for Santa. Well, Santa, this was great. Santa John, we really thank you. I know the best way to reach you is by sending a letter to the North Pole. But if you did have a website or anything, where can people find you?
Well, I'll tell you, the best place right now to find me, they can find me on
Cameo, you were saying, right?
I think it's jollysantaclaus.com on to find me on video on Zoom, or they can always find me on Cameo, on cameo.com, and look for Santa Claus, Santaclaus, with an E on the end of it, Santa Claus.
The movie.
Gotcha.
And they'll find me on the upper right-hand corner on Cameo, where you put in whoever you want to find in Cameo. I think that's the best way to get me right now.
Awesome. Well, Santa, thank you. We'll let you pick that up. We appreciate your time. Yeah, that's really all we have for today, right, Dan?
Yep. Thank you, Santa. We appreciate it.
And just like that, he's gone. He's off to a new house. Oh, no, he's back.
I was getting someone else trying to reach Santa. I'll call them back.
We know how busy you are this time of year.
Well, guys, is there anything else? And I want to thank you very much for taking this time with me. I hope both of you have a very, very Merry Christmas, that it's special for your families and your children, your kids, for everyone. Thank you, and make it a wonderful Christmas for all.
You too, Santa. Thank you for all you do.
Merry Christmas, Santa. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.